Do modern women need men? Go ahead, Tanisha. Go ahead, take that. We can't speak all that. We men. We can't speak. We can't say what we really want to say right now. Go ahead. Start us
Not
off.
yet. So, being honest, yes, we do need men. Modern women need men. But due to circumstances and generational, I'll call lack of better word, curse, we have been taught to get along without them.
Okay, what are these curses? Go ahead.
Let's go historical first,
Okay.
right? Historically, our men been removed out of our house since before any of us was thought of.
Mm.
The women, I coming from a family of women, mainly women. And a lot of the men were rather locked up or Papa was a Rolling Stone. And historically, that was a thing that slave, traders and stuff did. They removed men out of the family. And then the laws that we have today remove men out of the household that
Mm.
targeted black men, black and brown communities. Let me say that, and remove men out of the
Yeah, for the
household.
for the majority, right?
Yes.
Majority.
So as black and brown women, we had to learn to get along without our men. So that's where that independence comes from. My grandmother told me if you ain't got a man in the house, you need to get on the floor and scoot and use your legs and your thighs and your butt or whatever you got to do to move furniture and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Figure it out. So it's not that we don't need men, it's that because of circumstances, we had to learn to be without them. And
Mm.
now it is what it is. Same where my husband is deployed right now. I'm running the house with 4 kids and I got to do it without him until he come home. It ain't that I don't need him, but if he ain't here, I can.
So what you got? What you want to take a stab at that question, Mr. Samuel Kendrick?
I mean, if you listen to the music, if you listen to social media and all that, they will say that they don't need us, but in actuality, you need us. Come on now. I mean,
But elaborate on that. Like, why do you feel that women need men?
I mean, like say say you got kids, you need you need a male figure in the house because a woman can only do so much, especially for a young man. Like men can't teach women how to be women, and women can't teach men how to be men. You just can't. Like we go through different aspects of life. Like the journeys are different. The body parts is different. Like you can't teach a woman can't teach a man. I mean, they say it all the time that it's possible. Even even I have homeboys that's been raised, just by their mothers, and the mama did the best she could, but you need that male figure because at the end of the day, when when I was 13, I started smelling myself. I took my mama straight up. It wasn't gonna be no more whippings or none of that.
Mm.
But it took my daddy to let me know, oh, it's gonna happen if it need to happen.
Right, right.
You need that structure. You know what I mean? Because at some point, people just get out of hand.
That's what that's what it is. I think it's human nature to
Mm-hmm.
want to vent on the social media platform. And I say this a lot. If you on social media and words trigger you, you got a lot of trigger words. I don't think you need to be on social media. You need to put that
Exactly.
down. Go ahead, get you a licensed therapist
Because I
and
trigger them all
figure
the
that
time.
out.
I stay triggering them. It's just,
Right.
it's just fun. I tell them all the time. Social media to me, it's for business and it's for fun.
Yeah.
Anything else, if you get offended by stuff that I post, then obviously that post It's talking directly to you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it just I take a lot of my posts because one person they say I be bashing women, but I don't. I just take the post and I flip it. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it funny. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
some people can't take it. I get it. It is what it is. Like I don't mean no harm by it, but I'm not apologizing either.
Right. Right.
It is
Right.
what it is. Like if you can't, they got just like you added me, or if I send you a request and you accept it, you can unfriend me. Like I'm
That's
cool with
right.
all that.
Right.
It
Right.
doesn't really matter to me. Like I don't get paid off social media anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
And people don't even know what I do. It's they like, why you posting like that? It just like you what you said, it's a little entertaining for me too, but
very interesting.
it's not in a way where oh it makes me happy as entertainment, but it entertains me because I really try to see people's response to what I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm.
I really study people's response. So when people try to say, "Oh, why you arguing that fact, Peter? Why you saying that?" It's because I want to see your response, so then I can study your response to what I'm about to say. And so a lot of people don't even know that I might be making a book out of all of this. Like
Mm-hmm.
I see it as an opportunity. If we just consume, I was watching a video today, and the guy was talking about there's people that just consume social media, and if you keep doing that, it's gonna make you depressed. It's gonna give you anxiety. So your job is not to just consume social media. It's a perfect opportunity to do other things with social media. Use it for entertainment purposes, but don't just consume. Use it for business purposes.
Yes.
Don't just consume. Because if you consume, it's gonna leave you depressed. It's gonna make you feel less than, especially the ladies.
Yes.
Because what's happening is what social. I'm getting ahead of myself with these questions. Let's back it up because I can go in. Because I can go in. 'Cause I usually do the show by myself. I can go in. So let's get back to these questions. But yes, stop consuming social media so much. Use it for different purposes. Use it to be productive, not just consume. All right, let's all right, so I want to show a video of me saying something that kind of got I made a post about it and it kind of got crazy.
Hmm.
And people were coming out the woodworks that I ain't speak to in a while, and I'm like, oh, you used to exist. Those kind of questions. So let me share my screen up here. A woman that fixes her mouth and her mind to say that she doesn't need a man is a woman that can't keep a man. You hear me? And they went crazy. I'm just gonna let you know. They went crazy on that one. They were like, oh, what are you saying? Oh, we don't want no. It is always doom and gloom. Like, why is every time we talking about the male species, we're like, they're terrible. They're all terrible. We don't want men controlling us. That's why. Why is it always like that? Why is it always this negative tone when it comes to speaking to men, but when it comes to speaking to women per se, there's no necessary negative tone. It just is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Why is that? Like, why is that a thing?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah, go ahead. Go
How
ahead and
honest
jump
you want
in.
me to be?
Just jump in. Just jump in like hopscotch. Go
Like
ahead. Jump
how
in.
real do you want me to be with that
As
question?
as real as real as you don't mind being canceled. Go ahead.
So the honest answer, or my honest answer, is this: when you look at men right now, look at what's going on. The overturning of Roe versus Wade.
Mm-hmm.
Men are dictating everything. When a woman says, you know, and when they speak on bad experiences, look at the experiences of women in your family or around you have had with men.
Right.
A lot of the times is bad. It's
Why?
not that
Why though?
Let's ask the men that.
Oh, I can answer that.
Because
answer.
think about it.
And I ain't scared of getting canceled. I can answer that. Let me answer that real quick, and I'll let you continue. Because women don't know how to pick men. Period. That's the problem.
Okay.
They don't know how to pick.
But
they pick with their feelings instead of picking with their head. That's what happens. They don't know how to pick men, and then they rush into a bed with a man, and then they're emotionally deeper attached with the man,
right?
And then now they can't get no accountability.
But
it's all
why?
the men's fault.
Hold on. Let's back up.
Let's back up. Let's back it up.
Let's back up.
Back it up.
Because let's we all Christians on here. The Bible says that he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing, right?
Right.
So who choosing? Who choosing?
We're choosing.
Because the same woman, you said the women don't know how to choose a man.
But you don't have to say yes to every man that choose you. That's the issue. The issue is because I saw. Have you ever look? Let's go back to high school. And we gonna go back to high school. You seen the most prettiest girl get with the Pookie and the Ray Ray. Come on now. And then mess around and the dude lock her down for the whole 3-4 years of high school when there's plenty of good dudes out there. Get her pregnant before they graduate or right after they graduate. He go off to college. She go off to do her thing. She probably don't go to college because she left with a baby. So he left his, and then guess what? They still attached. So they had 2, 3, 4 more babies. Now she done gone. She was the prettiest thing walking in school. You know that's people's story. So it's like we need to teach our young ladies, the older ladies, because they're not gonna listen to the men because we the bad guys. The older ladies need to tell the girls, hey, you need to stop getting with these Pookie and Ray Rays.
Choose wisely.
Choose wisely. Don't come at anybody that say you pretty. That shouldn't be. Oh my gosh, let me let him let me be chosen by him because he said I'm pretty first.
You right on that. I'm not gonna give you no backlash, but we want to talk to the women. We always want to talk to the women, but we also got to get an understanding with our young boys. See, our conversation
Who's raising
earlier,
the boys? Who raising the boys?
Yeah, but our conversation earlier, what was we talking about? About having father figures, right? So there's a difference when having just anybody in the house, because just having a man in the house. So the man is the head of the household,
right?
In everything. So it really can't start with the women. We have to start with our men.
Right. Hold on. Right.
We have to start with our men.
Who is raising these men? It's women raising these men.
Due to circumstance, right?
Right. It wherever the circumstance mean, we could even go with the harshest parts of the Bible. Whatever circumstance, it's still the circumstance. The circumstance is that women are raising these boys that the future generation women are going to complain about. And so then the cycle continues. So
exactly.
Right. So what since the women are raising these boys because they don't know how to, they need to be talking to these girls on how to pick the boys that were raised right.
So with that being said,
girls,
we need to speak to both of them. I got one daughter in my house and I have 3 boys.
Okay.
Just as much as I tell my daughter she's beautiful, she's a princess. I instill that in her. I also talk to my boys. I don't touch a door when I walk to the restaurant. My boys open it. I don't take out trash. I don't cut grass. I don't do none of that. Because I want my boys, and I told him this the other day, that's your sister. If she cries, you should go rescue her. I want them to understand the beauty of a woman,
right,
and the femininity of a woman. And that's the thing. A lot of men don't understand the femininity of a woman.
And shoot, a lot of women don't understand the femininity of a woman.
Because we can't be
feminine. They want to be masculine.
But see, the problem is
we can't be feminine.
You can. Because I keep hearing online that women can be feminine for the right man. Come on now.
You're right. I was not
Come on.
able. You're right. I was not able to drop my guard and be feminine until I met my husband. Now, mind you, I had other men. I done been with other men.
Right.
Other men dogged me. Other men, and it had nothing to do with how I looked or what I had the job, I had the car, I had all that. But other men dogged me. It wasn't until like I told y'all, I had to learn to love myself first.
Mm-hmm.
When I met my husband and me and him connected and communicated, I loved him the way he wanted to be loved or needed to be loved, and he loved me the way I needed to be loved. Then I dropped my guard and was able to be feminine.
But what was the first thing you did? Loved yourself.
I had to
first.
love me first.
So therefore, women need to tell young ladies how to love themselves properly. And so it starts with the women now. We didn't talk to the men for the last 50 years. For the last 50 years, we've been on the man's neck. And the men have been improving these last 20 to 30 years.
I'll agree with you on that.
We amazing now.
The last couple years,
right?
These last couple years, men want to get married, and these women is FNF right now.
Right. Say it again. Say it again.
That's what it is. It's like I swear to God, I swear it's like they reverse roles.
You know what? Because it's a defense mechanism. It's a defense mechanism. At the end of the day, and I'm just saying, being
are you
honest,
defending yourself?
But is it a defense mechanism though? Let's put it in perspective here. Because guess what? We go back to who is raising these babies. It ain't just women raising boys. They raising the women too. So the same women that are raising these women are raising these boys, and we having a problem. What's the problem? Women are not loving themselves correctly, and boys are not men. They're still boys. They don't know how to be men. So the problem is we need to tell the women, if the boys ain't gonna act right, you need to act right.
You're right, but let's say it like this. The problem lies within the household.
Right.
You can't say the problem is with the women, just the women. The problem lies within the household, right. The woman and the man.
I agree with that.
We can talk to women all day, and they can be changing, and they can be, growing. You can talk, but you also have to talk to that counterpart as well.
Right, but what's happening is it's women that are raising these. They can't teach boys. They can't teach boys. The boys were either a woman that is intentional, that has a son, has either go to find like a counselor, a male counselor, or somebody respected in the neighborhood that's a man, and say, hey, I'm a single mother. I need you to get my boy, and I need you to work on my boy. You see what I'm saying? And discipline them if you got to. But now we're not doing that. That's my baby. Oh, don't touch my baby. That's what kind of mothers we got.
Listen,
the issue.
They don't even want the grandmas and the grandpas even.
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. So if women are raising these boys and girls, the only thing that they can impart is to the girls. Let the boy grow up and then have to go through the hard way. If the woman ain't trying to be intentional, let him grow up the hard way and find a mentor himself. You see what I'm saying? When he gets older. But the women are trying to teach these boys how to be men and not teaching the girls to be to be men, to actually be men, and teaching the boys to be soft. That's what's happening. So women need
the roles reversed, man.
Right. So the women are the first teachers of culture. Whether you single or whether you with someone, the women are the first teachers of culture, and the only thing they can teach and should be teaching is femininity. And they need to be teaching their girls. They're not. They're teaching their girls to be men, and that's the problem. The problem ain't the boys right now. The boys are reading at a 5th grade level. Why? Because women are at the helm for whatever reason. The girls ain't reading at a 5th grade level, so they're teaching the girls something, but they just ain't teaching them, quote unquote, the right things. And that lies the problem. But go ahead.
Like I said, I agree with y'all to a certain extent. Now, how can I put this? I agree to a certain extent. If I was a single mom and my daughter was not, I'm going to be honest, I would teach her to be tough. I came up under a single mom. My mom was single for a long time before she got married. And I had to be tough. We lived in Flint, Michigan. I was in the hood. I never forget the first time we ever heard or saw a body was from our friend who raped the female and threw the body behind our house. So we had to be tough. As a woman, I had to learn to protect myself. Okay. So if I was single and didn't have a man in my house and my daughter would be tough as nails until she met somebody who could let her soften and let her be a female.
We got a comment up from Water Turn Wine. So does raised right necessarily mean 2-parent home? Raised right can be 1 parent too, right? I would say yes, but what happens is studies have shown that it's better in a 2-parent household. So you either gonna try to give your kid a better statistical chance, or say, "Hey, I could be bad all by myself." And yes, you go be bad all by yourself.
Yes.
That's what's gonna happen.
I would say it could be a single parent household, meaning 1 parent living in the household, but for the best outcome, 2-parent involvement that's my opinion. If both parents are heavily involved, and I know, like I've been saying, circumstance doesn't always allow that. But when you got 2 people involved who can share the load and share the education of that child, I think that's the best. It's not always how it comes out, but that I feel that is the best.
You need both. You need both parents. You need both parents to teach the daughter or the son different things.
Right, exactly.
Because a daughter absolutely need her father too.
Yes.
Right,
and
exactly.
a son, a little boy need his mama too. So you need both parents.
Right, that's right. That's good.